Coming to you from the Coetzenburg Sports Centre in Stellenbosch, outside the venue where tomorrow morning the funeral of Jayden Adams will be taking place, which is serendipitously adjacent to the football field where his skill was in his formative years formed here in Stellenbosch. Jayden passed away sadly and untimely on the 11th of July, not too long after Bafana Bafana had returned from the FIFA World Cup in the Americas. Joining me now is Leon, who used to work with Jayden at Stellenbosch FC. Then I would imagine that this is a town in mourning, a town that, also is struggling to come to grips with the fact that their star, who just performed so well at the World Cup, is now gone. What are your reflections of Jayden, having worked with him in his formative years at Stellenbosch FC before he went over to Mamelodi Sundowns?
Yeah, I'm Leon Koki, as you've heard. I've worked with the team at Stellenbosch, soccer in Stellenbosch, for plus minus 10 years with Jayden while he was also playing for the team. I was the kid manager for the PSL team and also the massage therapist for the team. So I had quite spent some time with him when he came for treatment.
Yeah. What was it like in those years? It was, he went professional in around 2020, which is not that long ago. It's about 6 years ago or so. And of course, he rose to prominence really quickly. And in 2025, went over to Mamelodi Sundowns. So in those years between 2020 to 2025, what do you remember about him?
He was a smart kid. He was a quiet kid. He didn't speak a lot, and he was doing his craft on the field as everybody worldwide, not even only in South Africa and Stellenbosch, but all over in the world.
Yeah. His style of play is one that is always thought of as very logical and surgical. He's always precise. He always moves with an awareness of the field that, made him stand out. And when he passed the ball as a midfielder, his distribution was, many described, always incredibly accurate. Is that what you remember from him playing for Stellenbosch FC?
Yes. As many would know that known him very well, he had a soccer brain, and he could see stuff before it happens. And that's why he didn't move a lot on the field, as some coaches will say they wanted him to move more on the field, but he saw stuff happen before it happens.
Yeah. And just lastly, his demeanour in the team seemed relatively reserved and quiet in the Bafana Bafana squad makeup. And when he came off the bench, he was always an impact player. And so his presence was then felt. But when he's not on the field, he's almost always in the background. Is that something that was characteristic of him here in Stellenbosch?
Yeah, that he carries with him. That was part of him. A quiet person. I would say he was like thinking a lot what he's going to do before he come on the field.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Leon. Really do appreciate it. Leon Koki worked with Jayden Adams here in Stellenbosch when they both were at Stellenbosch FC. Jayden, of course, in January 2025 signed over to Mamelodi Sundowns and went on to win CAF with them this year. Of course, that was an important campaign for Mamelodi Sundowns because it really gave a lot of those players who formed part of the Bafana Bafana campaign at the World Cup the necessary confidence to be able to take on, foreign markets, particularly where the style of football was vastly different. And Jayden seemed to have been quite adaptive to exactly those dynamics. The funeral will take place here tomorrow morning in Stellenbosch at the Coetzenburg Sports Centre, which is next to the Mattis Gymnasium on the field where Jayden Adams played for Stellenbosch FC, and importantly in the academy preceding that. And we will bring you all of that coverage here on SABC News.